How are you, Capricorn risings? Capricorn Ascendant, another Capricorn rising video. Like, this is amazing. I'm getting a whole crap load of Capricorn people. Understand this. This is just how the stuff comes in for the free reading rotations, folks. We've got Cancer and Capricorns who've had so much going on because of the moon's nodes and the eclipses of the last year. Their life has been through some major transformations. So this makes absolute sense. Capricorn itself has had Pluto and Saturn in its sign, and that is like a 1-2 knockout punch, all right? So they have been through some major transformations, and it's not over. Although we do have some hope and some light at the end of the tunnel that's coming through. This is G, and this is all astrology. So you are in the right place. If you want to hear fact, not crap, you found your home, okay? I try to give it to you straight. I try to be completely legit. I actually insist upon that. And at the same time, I try to give you information in a very practical way with shit you can use, knowledge you can use, okay? Right now, I'm going to give you the current energy, and then I'm going to give a birth time. This is literally a free subscriber reading, which, by the way, if you are new to this channel, we give out one free high-quality reading to each subscriber, okay? Hold on. I'm going to tell you how to do that. Just give me a minute. Let me talk about the current planets and the things that are relevant right now for all of us. And then I'm going to tell you how you can get your free one-time high-quality report from me. It could be me and my partner, Miss A, or it could just be me. We are swamped with the free reading rotations. Right now, the moon is in Aries. Okay, so yes, I'm a little bit on 10 right now with my energy because it's in the 12th house for me. So anyway, let's get to you. Let's make this relevant for you right now. So the moon is in Aries. What is Aries? It's my passion, my desire. I am fiery. I am get up and go-y. Aries is all about I want to initiate stuff and I want to be active. So this may be a very active day for you. Okay. It just depends on what some of the other things are going on in your chart, because you might be like, well, this lady's full of shit. That's not happening for me right now. I'm not feeling get up and go-y at all. Again, astrology is about the study of all of the energy in your chart. It is one of the most holistic things, one of the most holistic sciences I am aware of is astrology. Because for someone to actually be using it as an accurate tool, you have to consider everything that's going on, not just your chart, but the shit that's going on up there, the transit current stuff. So it's like, anyway, I'm super excited about it. I love it. It is my absolute desire and passion. And this is the only platform and the only thing that I talk about where people are like, this makes sense. Any other time, people just kind of look at me like I got one goddamn eye right here and I don't even have a nose or a mouth, like I'm some third beast from another world, you know? Here I make sense. Here people get me. And so I'm running with it, okay? Enough about me. My God, another Aryan trait. Me, right? You're watching me, you're hearing me. I'm basically showing you what an Aries does. They talk about me. Jupiter. We're talking about Jupiter going into Capricorn. This is completely relevant for all of us, okay? Find out where is Jupiter in your, find out where Capricorn is in your chart. Okay, if you are a Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn rising, it's in your first house, all right? Now, we want to know what the hell all this means. Now, I know I said I was going to tell you, how the hell do I get a free reading? Because you may not know enough about astrology. You may look at a chart and be like, first of all, I don't even have a chart to look at. Second of all, if I looked at it, I wouldn't know, I couldn't make heads or tail of it. I get it. Astrology is extremely complex. Comment your birth numbers down below, okay? Just go ahead and give me your digits, and I will hook you up. All right, you need to tap the bell so we can communicate. Can't tell you how many numbers I have of people, and I have certain other things that I need to know from them before I can literally give them a legitimate reading. Now, I'm not going to lie, there is a little bit of a wait. However, if you don't tap that bell and I have a question, I need further information. I have so many people where I asked a question and I'm not getting a response. Like, this is from months ago. And I'm like, well, if you don't respond, I'm assuming you kind of gave up on this. So do yourself a favor. I need you to tap that bell just so that we can have a freaking rapport. All right? I'm just trying to help you out. Reading, and I've got a birth time, 10:25 p.m. 10:25 p.m. Give me the most accurate possible birth time you have. And if you don't think what you have is accurate, you need to let me know. We have ways of figuring that out for you, okay? But it does take work on your part. So that's that's May 20, I keep wanting to say December because that's where we are. 10:25 p.m., May 18th, 1988. May 18th, 1988, you know who you are. You submitted your information. Listen up. You are a Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Rising, and Jupiter just entered your first house, okay? For you specifically. First of all, I'm really glad I'm doing this today because what I'm seeing is you are either having an accident. Actually, it might have been the last couple of days that you had one because you have multiple planets at this degree of where Jupiter is, between 0 and 2 degrees. You have 2 very big planets there, all right? And one of them is restriction to your first house, to your body. All right, so I'm sorry, I had some technical difficulties, but I was just talking about that I think you've had an accident. You had an accident within the last few days. And if you didn't have it in the last few days, you're probably going to be having an accident today or within the next couple of days at the most. Okay, the energy is intense. It's very strong. It's Jupiter on top of Uranus, on top of Saturn in your chart, in your first house, in Capricorn. Capricorn rules structures of our body. When we talk about structures in the first house is your body. Okay, luckily this could have been fatal. This totally could have been fatal. It looks like you were on a short trip. It could have included you on the way to the airport because I don't think you were on a plane, yet so Uranus is somehow involved. But I think either you were on the way or maybe you had already gotten off the plane and you were on your way home from the airport. Somehow air travel is part of this, but more specifically, it looks like you might have, there's an injury in knees. Knees might be a factor as well. And it's restrictions. So typically when we break something, there's a restriction of movement of our physical body. And that's what this is showing. And it's showing a surprise, a shock, something very sudden. Something very extreme, very intense. Individual, there's a definite restriction to the body, definitely a bone restriction. But I want to tell you something very positive, all right? You have a lot of super mega support that happened on this exact moment, okay? Instead of this being death, you had some divine assistance. I literally see it. You had assistance from your soul. This was not your soul's plan to check out at this time, okay? This was not part of your soul's plan. This was not a checkout point at all. You have assistance, actually, and it's like to the degree, which means like, yeah, this was definitely a planned thing. I just want to say you had some beautiful support. This could have been way worse, way more serious, way more horrible. Okay, this was not one of those things where your soul is taking you through this horrible thing. Actually, your soul was adding ease to this experience for you. But I also want to say that as Jupiter goes through Capricorn, and this isn't going to be, immediately, this next thing I'm going to talk about, this is going to be 2021. I know I'm jumping ahead fast. Some of these readings, there's so much to talk about in a chart. I take it, I go and I talk about where I'm being led, what I'm hearing, what's being focused on. And literally when I look at a chart, certain things literally jump off the page at me visually. And I know, okay, that's what I'm supposed to talk about. Like it couldn't be more obvious. So what I'm talking about for you is 2021. There is going to be something about the way you see. Not necessarily physically, although it could be, but it's also going to have to do with your vision and your perception. You can be a very idealistic person, okay? And that's a beautiful thing. But sometimes our idealisms is that we put ourselves up on too high of a pedestal or we put others up on too high of a pedestal, okay? And so it's all astrology is learning how to balance the energies we've been given. Okay, it's how to balance them, all right? So that is like 2021, December of 2021. And now, let's get to the other side of your chart, which is the relationships, right? Because we're talking about yourself in the first part, and you already know about all the shit you've been going through. You don't need an astrologer to tell you this. When Pluto entered your house 13 years ago, this first house for you, Pluto transforms who you are. It transforms us. It grabs the shit by the root, throws it out, and literally we start from the ashes. That's Pluto. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's been there for 13 years in this house of you, your first house, which is all about me, my body, my personality. You will come out completely transformed as a different being altogether, okay? Pluto has 5 years left in this place for you, so it's not done with you. Now, what really started to make things more difficult was that Saturn joined this party, this Pluto party, 2 years ago in this house for you, okay? 2 years ago, Saturn came along. And when Saturn came along, it added more restrictions to your body. It just like you thought shit was going bad then, right? You thought you were being restricted, like as far as mobility wise, and then Saturn entered it and it was like, whoa. However, the hardest part of your Saturn and Pluto stuff has moved away from your natal planets there, meaning you got through all that hard stuff, okay? And now we're at the last degrees of Capricorn. Saturn's like at 18 degrees of Capricorn. And you don't have any natal planets at 18 degrees. All of the planets that you have in Capricorn are within the first 10 degrees of Capricorn. So that was your hell. That was your dark night of the soul. That was your, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to make it out of here. Capricorn and Saturn tend to lend to having a lot of fear and of negativity and doubt, okay? Restricting, okay? So Saturn's going to be leaving your house, okay? Because Saturn gives us restrictions, and it's not going to be in your sign anymore come March of 2020. It will be leaving Capricorn, and it will be going into Aquarius. It's going to be, by the way, in your second house. And yes, this applies for all Capricorn ascendants. Aquarius is in your second house. And so remember what Saturn does. It slows things down. It restricts things, okay? Just remember this, the whole point of Saturn, because it's hopeful. First of all, it takes 2.5 years to go through a sign, okay? It's not going to stay there your whole life. It's going to be there for 2.5 years. But it slows things down so that we make a better product, so that we do something better, so that we do something by the book, and the result is we have this high quality thing at the end of that 2.5 year cycle. This is in your house of number 2, which is my finances, which is your resources, which is what I value. Gosh, after this Capricorn shit you've been going through with Pluto and Saturn and how Jupiter's joined all of it in their first house for you, you have been through more shit than I can even begin to imagine in my own life. And I feel for you and I send you the highest and the best. I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? The card's going to be specifically for you. I'm going to shuffle them up and I'm going to say, you know what? If there's only one thing that this person needs to hear right now, show me that card. Give me what it is that they need to hear the most right now to get through what they got to get through, all right? So that's already in the cards in my hand. I'm sending the energy and the thought there that we want this for you. 3 cards came out. I haven't even looked at them yet. Not 1, not 2, but 3 cards came out. I follow the energy. I do what the energy says. By the way, this is from Nature's Whispers card deck. This was a gift from a dear friend who sometimes knew me better than I knew myself. Hope and happiness. See that? Hope and happiness. That's the first card you were given. There is flight in the card. If you look closely, you see all the winged beings down the bottom. You see the birds, right? They're flying over the land. They're not flying up in the sky. This is because they are close to the earth. Even though you are surrounded in earth, you have all that Capricorn energy, you can ascend and have wings, okay? You're always going to be close to the earth because that's what they're showing. But it's not just the earth. Water is a very big element here, okay? The air is a very big element. It's almost dreamlike. You see that up above? It's almost dreamlike. That means do not stop dreaming. Do not give up hope. What I love about this card, especially after talking about your chart, was the extremes I saw. But this card shows water. This card shows air. This card shows the earth. It shows the winged beings. And the red up there in the clouds, there's some fire there too. Not a buttload, but there is. So in other words, each element is present, okay? This is a giving of balance, all right? And see the road, the journey? It's been a long journey. You see that? It's been a very long journey, okay? There are mountains on your journey. You know it better than anybody, okay? You know there's been lots of roads you've had to try to climb, okay? And you've never been afraid to climb. Matter of fact, you like to climb, right? Yeah. But don't give up hope, okay? That's what this says. You can see it. You can feel it, all right? Hope and happiness. Card number 2. What did we get? Adventure. Whoa. So sweet. This is so beautiful. Again, another emphasis, so strong on the earth. Of course, this deck is pretty much, yeah, it's a very earthy deck. I'm not going to even deny that. But it's not limited to the earth in any way, shape, or form. Look above. You see that? We've got a planet. We've got the stars, right? Adventure. Meaning your adventure goes beyond the planet Earth, goes beyond where you live, okay? You have existed in other lifetimes on other planets, in other locations, all right? Water is very prevalent. This is a seashell, okay? This being is coming from the seashell, all right? This being represents knowledge, means you're not alone. You also have assistance from the water realm, okay? This is more balanced for you in your chart. And again, we've got water emphasized here, okay? Again, they're showing the mountains. You've climbed so many mountains, but look, the assistance comes from above. Not necessarily here. You have assistance from water and you have assistance from above, right? From other lifetimes. I truly believe this, my friend. I truly believe this. So that is adventure. Look forward to what the future has, all right? But you're going forward with the knowledge of the past, okay? The next card for you. Okay, it says, let love be your beacon. Let love be your beacon. Look at this. How gorgeous. We've got the winged beings. We've got animals. We're in the woods, right? This is very much an earthy thing, okay? I want you to understand something about the love, all right? Let love be your beacon. Understanding what love is, I want you to focus on the word acceptance, okay? Acceptance. Acceptance of self, acceptance of others as they are. Acceptance of others and myself as we are, together or not together. Understanding that timing, that cycles, there is this divine thing that's going on and we can't fight it, okay? If we fight it, we just wear ourselves out. But we need to flow with the natural cycle of things, okay? Flow with the divine heart energy that you possess. You have it. But understand, love is not possession. The only true thing you possess is the value, okay? The value of acceptance and understanding what the heck acceptance really is, all right? Meaning it's not on my terms that I love you, okay? If I love you, it means I accept you as you are, all right? That's beautiful. This gives you the additional fire you need. Okay, the other cards lacked some of the fire. Now I understand the red. It's so vibrant on this card. So vibrant. It's giving you more balance. Love. Accept. Accept people and beings for who they are as they are, not according to your standards. All right? Those were your cards. Thank you.